A look at the spacious Independence High School gymnasium, site of the CCS Division II championship game tonight, pitting the Menlo Knights, champions of the North section, against the Aptos Mariners, champions of the South. Aptos comes in as the champions of the Santa Cruz County Athletic League. They held a 20-6 record before they entered the CCS playoffs. Menlo, the champions of the PAL League, a 28-3 record as they come in tonight, and proud holders of the North Division Championship after a big upset victory over Jefferson last night, a 65-54 score. With 2.5 minutes to go before this game, Menlo is preparing for a team that they know very little about. Before the game, I asked Al Klein, Coach Al Klein, what he knew about the team, and he said they're big. And that was about the extent of it. So Menlo will be winging it tonight, but hopefully for them, their talent will carry them on. The only thing they have to look out for is to avoid a letdown after that big victory over Jefferson last night. 2 minutes to go before the CCS championship gets underway. We'll be back then.
Respected head coaches, first the head man from Menlo School, Mr. Al Klein.
Introductions for Menlo here. Coach Al Klein being introduced. Coach Al Klein played such an important part in that victory over Jefferson last night, putting in press breaks and a new defensive zone for Menlo.
Introducing first, they're the visitors on the scoreboard. They're from the Peninsula Athletic League. Their record this year is 28-3. The Knights.
The visiting team tonight, officially, so they'll be introduced first. They're going to introduce the entire roster. First, the subs, Jervis Williams, the crowd favorite, of course. Kevin Howitt, Chris Grant, both juniors. Bob Fitzpatrick, junior guard, has played such an important role in these playoffs, subbing for Drew Ferrando, who's had an ear infection and has probably not been able to sustain the stamina that he normally has. Mike Texito and Chris Belamo, a junior and a sophomore. Aptos Mariners, 22-7. These are their substitutes being introduced. Aptos 22-7 record coming in. They finished 10-2 in their Santa Cruz County Athletic League. And in the semifinal, before this match on 2 nights ago, they defeated Gilroy 67-62 for the opportunity to meet Menlo tonight for the championship. The starters for Menlo, Matt Halprin. Matt chalked up 10 points last night. David Porrison, forward for Aptos, averaging 16.3 points a game before the playoffs. Brian Protiva, great night last night before he fouled out. 13 points, inspirational defense. Brian's been averaging 11.3 points a game during these 3 playoffs games. John Baker, another forward, 6'4" for Aptos. At center, Eric Reveno had a shaky performance in the first quarter last night, but then he came through and chalked up 12 points. For Aptos, it's Mike McElroy, a 6'5" center, 15.5 points a game before the playoffs. Drew Ferrando, fighting off an ear infection, in fact 2 ear infections all week. Brian Holt, a junior, a 6'4" guard for Aptos, their leading scorer, 19 points a game, just shy of that mark. John Pay, Menlo's all-star guard, dominated the game against Jefferson last night. Matt Walters, low-scoring guard for Aptos, is the final starter for them. So those are the player introductions. We'll be getting underway in just a moment. David Porrison, the forward, will meet Eric Reveno at midcourt for the tip. Revenue swats it towards his own half, and it's knocked out of the hands of an Aptos player. Menlo get the first possession of the night. Protiva hands it in to Pay, and Ferrando has the ball. Drew threw in 6 points last night. 4 clutch free throws down the stretch. Pay on the baseline. Got Revenue inside. Revenue at the turnaround, too hard off the back rim. Tipped by Pay, no good. Halpern comes down with it, and it's knocked out of his hands off Aptos. Pay it inbound. He's got Protiva in the corner. Lob on top to Revenue. Revenue has the ball swatted away. Protiva recovers, drives to the lane. Left-hand layup, batted away, no good. But Halpern gets the rebound and follows it home. 2 points for Matt Halpern. It's a 2-0 lead. Menlo gets the first points of the game. 3 offensive rebounds on that possession for Menlo. That's Porison. Porison from the corner. Averaged over 16 points a game for the season. Aptos has no player under 6'5" among their starters, but they also have 3 other players at 6'4", and their shortest player is 6 feet tall. 2-2. Ferrando's got the shot from the left perimeter, puts it up, good. "17-footer for Drew Ferrando. Baker, McElroy. McElroy from the corner, the center. Cans it. Mike McElroy playing on the perimeter from his center position. Ties the game up, it's 4-4. Looks to be a 2-1-2 perhaps for Aptos, and John Pay hits it from the left corner. Quickly trading baskets. Both teams. First 2 minutes, 6-4 for Menlo, and this is John Baker from the right corner. He gets a good bounce off the rim, high off the glass, and drops it through. 6-6. Everyone's contributing so far. Pay, looking from the corner, doesn't take the shot. Lob inside to Revenue, it's overplayed. Pay recovers it, drives to the hoop, puts it up and in. 2 men on his back, but John drove to the hoop and laid in for his second bucket of the night, 8-6. Inbound to Matt Walters. Walters hands it to Brian Holt, top scorer for Aptos, and Brian Protiva picks up a quick foul. He fouled out last night after picking up about three in about 5 minutes during the fourth quarter. First foul of the night for either team. This is Holt. Holt gets it back, left perimeter. Faces Protiva, tries to go up. Protiva knocks it away. Underneath it goes to Baker. Baker pump fakes, goes to the glass, lays it up too hard, and on the rebound, Mike McElroy is called for the foul. Revenue came down with the ball. First team foul for Aptos now. 8-6 lead for the Knights. It's something other than a 2-1-2 for Aptos. Certainly his own. Halpern gets back the loose ball after his own missed shot and lays it in. Matt's got 4 points on the night. Menlo's got a 4-point lead for the first time. Walters on top. He's got McElroy. Porison from the left baseline hits it again. Porison's got 4 points. And the roar goes up at as the Menlo Nightmares enter the gymnasium. Ferrando loses the ball, and it's off Brian Holt's foot, so Menlo will retain possession. The Nightmares are gaining fame. The Peninsula Times Tribune has a writer here tonight to do an article exclusively on them. Brian Protiva from 18 nails it from the top of the key. It's 12-8. The big man, David Porison, brings it up, gives to Holt. They're all about the same height, so it's hard to call any of them big men. And this time it's Baker, John Baker, nailing him from the left baseline. Last night, Menlo sagged to the middle to force Jefferson to take the outside shots. Obviously, that same strategy won't be effective against Aptos, not that they were planning on using it necessarily. And Pay puts it up off the glass. Both teams seem to be hot from the perimeter tonight. Aptos has a plethora of effective outside shooters. This time it's Holt. Holt drives to 12 feet, pulls up and nails it. It's 14-12. 3:25 remaining first quarter. Holt's first basket of the night. Usually gets about 9 of them per game. Protiva hesitates with the shot. He finds Pay on the baseline, pumps once, puts it up, in and out. McElroy skies for the rebound. Protiva picks up his second foul. Two team fouls on Menlo now, both on Protiva. John Baker brings it up court. He's double teamed. Finds Holt, but overthrows him. Protiva intercepts. Protiva bounce pass down low to Ferrando. Ferrando's challenged, but he lays it in from the left side. Ferrando, 4 points on the night. 2 quick hoops for Drew. He's averaged only about 5 through the playoffs. Baker has it knocked away by John Pay. Pay controls, and it's knocked away by Baker. Menlo will retain possession. Once again tonight, the early scoring for Menlo has excluded Eric Reveneau, but that's happened in 2 of the 3 CCS playoff games for Eric, and both times he's come back to have good second halves. Against Half Moon Bay, it didn't take him till the second half. He scored 12 in the second quarter. Ferrando on top, he's got an open shot, doesn't take it. Reveneau in the key, right back out to Ferrando. Pay drives the lane, lays one up overhead, no good. Loose rebound comes down to McElroy. McElroy outlets to Walters. Walters not a shooter. Inside it goes to McElroy, and McElroy gets to crawl over the edge of the rim. McElroy got that ball on the run and sent it towards the basket immediately from about 6 feet away. 16-14, Menlo has a 2-point lead. Aptos certainly appear to be the better shooters than Jefferson. Protiva inside, Reveneau too hard off the glass. Gets it back again. Loses it this time. This is Walters. Walters dishes to McElroy. McElroy goes up, and there's a charge called. Ferrando had position. McElroy's basket went in, but he hit Ferrando first. The points will not count. 1:27 remain in the first quarter at 16-14 for the Knights. John Pay, 6 points on the night, brings it across midcourt. And for the first time tonight, Menlo goes to the 4 corners. This offense has been particularly effective for Menlo all year, with John Pay operating in the middle. Winding down towards 1 minute remaining in the first quarter now. The winner of this game will go next week to the NorCal Division II playoffs in Stockton at the University of Pacific. Ferrando drives to the middle and brings it back out to John Pay. Aptos 2-1-2 zone with John Baker in the middle. Mike McElroy is listed as a center. Doesn't play there much. He's taking outside shots, and on defense, he's not playing the middle man. Now there's 12 seconds left, and Menlo goes into an attack to get one shot. Pay from the left perimeter, swish. 5 seconds left. They inbound to Baker. Baker's got 2 seconds, dribbles behind his back, puts one up from near midcourt, and it's an air ball, no good. John Pay gets his 7th and 8th points of the first quarter with an 18-foot shot from the left perimeter to end the first quarter for Menlo. And the score at the end of 8 minutes is the Knights 18 and the Aptos Mariners 14. Ready to open the second quarter. For Menlo in the first quarter, John Pay was the leading scorer, 8 points. Drew Ferrando, Matt Halpern each picked up 2 buckets, and Brian Protiva had 2 points. Porrison, Baker, and McElroy all 4 points for Aptos. Brian Holt, their leading scorer, had only 2. 18-14 the score as we open the second quarter. Ferrando holds the ball on top and calls out his play. Protiva finds Pay in the corner. Pay's got the shot. This time it's no good. Porrison comes down with the rebound. Outlet to Walters. Walters brings it down to the middle. Lob pass to the left side. This is Holt. Holt drives to the baseline. Looks for the turnaround. Can't get it. Porrison, Holt, a bomb from the left perimeter. Reveno with the rebound. They've got a 2-on-1. Ferrando pulls up, shoots a 10-footer. Good. Drew Ferrando, unhesitant with the shots tonight. He's got 6 points in the first quarter, in the first half, to equal his output of equal his highest output of the CCS playoffs so far. Porrison's shot is no good. Reveno pulls down another rebound. He's got 4. He outlets to John Pay. John Pay with the dribble down the middle, pulls up at the top of the key. Now it does appear that Aptos has a 2-1-2 with Baker in the middle. Protiva inside, Reveno with the hook. Too hard off the back rim again. Last night, Reveno was throwing up too weakly at the beginning of the game. Tonight, he seems to have a little too much adrenaline. He's throwing up about 3 shots off the back rim. Pay and McElroy will jump. Aptos controls it. Walters with the dribble on top. Holt to McElroy. McElroy, the center from outside, no good. Halpern pulls down the rebound. Pay bringing it up, goes to Ferrando in the corner. Ferrando spins, has his shot smacked back in his face. Walters picks up the loose ball, whips the pass to Holt. Holt pulls down with it. He's got McElroy on the far side. He puts up another bomb from the left side. No good. Ferrando to Protiva. Protiva switches the hands on the dribble, lays it up right hand. Good. Brian Protiva gets the pass from Drew Ferrando. Hesitates on the dribble, gets behind his man. Drives through the lane and reverses the layup with the right hand from the left side. Great shot by Brian Protiva. Porrison from the left side, and he gets the bounce, and it goes down. 22-16 for Menlo. 6 points is their biggest lead of the night. It was 18-14 at the quarter. Protiva, 17-footer, no good. Too hard off the back rim. Holt on the breakaway. Now he's got to pull up. Menlo gets back. Porrison, Baker had the shot, doesn't take it, and he's fouled by Reveno as he goes up. Pump fakes Reveno in the air, and Eric couldn't do anything but nail him on the way down, but not enough to prevent Baker from putting the basket in. He's got a shot at a 3-point play. John Baker nails it to complete the 3-point play. 7 points for Baker on the night. Makes him the leading scorer for Aptos. Baker only averages about 9.5 per game. He's already approaching that tonight. Reveno eschews the shot. This time goes to Pay. Pay with the one-hand shot from the shoulder from about 8 feet, and he nails it. John's definitely on again tonight, as he has been all through the playoffs. Reveno overplays but loses the ball out of bounds. Stay on the night. He had 21 last night. 27 against Fremont Christian. Baker with Pay all over him, nails the shot. John Baker and John Pay dueling it out now with shooting from the outside. Pay's got 10, Baker has 9. 24-21 lead for Menlo. Pay in the corner, lob to Reveno. Reveno at the turnaround, 8-footer, good. Eric Reveno with his first points of the night. And often for Eric, once it gets flowing, it's unstoppable. The steal for Brian Protiva. How often have we seen Brian Protiva make the steal and drive all the way to the hoop, just as he did there? Brian Protiva gives Menlo a 7-point lead into the game is Neil Kirsch for Aptos, and Eric Revenue is called for a foul on a rebound. Number 5 for Aptos is Neil Kirsch. He's into the game for Walters. Brian Holt at the line for Aptos. First one is no good, around and out. Eric Revenue picked up his second foul of the night. And he and Protiva both have 2 now. Can ill afford another before the half ends. Holt hits 1 of 2 to cut the lead down to 6. Now Holt intercepts on the other end. Neil Kirsch whips the pass to Baker. Baker loses it, but it's off of John Pay, and Aptos will inbound under the Menlo basket. Fitzpatrick into the game for Ferrando, and McElroy hits it from the outside. The lead is back down to 4. Was up to 7 only moments ago. There's 3:40 remaining in the half. High scoring game. Menlo leads 28-24. John Pay holds it on top. Goes to Revenue outside left perimeter. And there's skin on skin, but no call. Halpern picks up the loose ball, goes to the basket. And Porson is called for the foul, reaching over Halpern as he went to the hoop. Matt will go to the line. Three team fouls now on Aptos. That's what the PA announcer has. We may have 4 with our stats. Matt Halpern's second is no good. He hit the first, 1 of 2. He's got 5 points. On the breakaway, McElroy has it under the basket, and Revenue is called for his 3rd foul of the night. McElroy didn't really have room to get that shot up, and Eric apparently stumbled across him from behind. That could mean trouble for Menlo. There's still 3:17 remaining in the half, and it's also a 15 foul. They should be in the bonus situation. McElroy should have gone to the line. They didn't send him there. A mistake by the referee as John Pay comes down with the rebound. Menlo got a break there as Aptos should have gone to the line. Eric Revenue playing with 3 fouls. Menlo goes to the 4 corners. They're going to try to kill some time. Bobby Fitzpatrick with the ball. He's in for Ferrando. Ferrando with 6 points in the night already. Menlo trying to kill some time here now that Protiva has 2 fouls, and more importantly, Revenue has 3. And now there's a conference at the scorer's bench concerning, I'm sure, the fact that Aptos should have gotten a shot at the free throw line on that foul on McElroy, which occurred 30 seconds ago. The clock had 3:17 on it at the time of the foul. Now it's down to 2:42. It's a 5-point lead for Menlo at 29-24. It'll be interesting to see how they solve this. It's also a little bewildering that the refs weren't notified about 35 seconds ago. Although the PA announcer did repeat that it was the 5th team foul. Now they're calling Baker over, but the foul is on McElroy. And McElroy is heading down to the line. Apparently they're going to have him shoot a 1-on-1 situation similar to a technical. No one's going to rebound, and Menlo will inbound the ball at half court. McElroy's got a 1-on-1 situation. Nails the first. He'll have another coming. Cuts the lead down to 29-25. For McElroy, that's 7 points on the night. And he hits both ends, and the lead's down to 3. Well, considering the mishap, the referees did a good job of handling that situation. Halpern will inbound at half court from Menlo as they will retain possession. They've got a 3-point lead at 29-26. Clock's running, 2:40 remaining in the half. Menlo's biggest lead of the night was 7 points, 28-21. Aptos has not led. John Pay, 10 points on the night so far. Menlo will remain in the four corners. Once again, Eric Revno has 3 fouls, and Mike Texito has entered the game for Eric Revno. Texito hasn't seen any time since the last minutes of the Half Moon Bay game more than a week ago. Pay holds the ball on top, gives to Fitzpatrick. So right now Fitzpatrick and Texito both in, and mainly they're in to help kill time, especially Texito, until Revno can get back into the game, which may not be until the second half. So Menlo may try to use up the remaining time of this half. That means 1 minute and 34 seconds from now. Menlo having an easy time of operating this offense at the moment because only 2 players are coming out to meet the ball at the top, and Menlo has Protiva, Pay, and Fitzpatrick all there. Now it goes down low to Alpern. He sends it right back up to Fitzpatrick. They've wound it down to 102 now. Aptos fans don't like it, but it's achieving its purpose. .40 seconds left now. Menlo will almost certainly work for the last shot. At the end of the first quarter, they worked for the last shot. John Pay ended up hitting an 18-footer with 5 seconds left. Gave Menlo a 4-point lead at the close. Now there's 20 seconds left and they move into the attack. Fitzpatrick in the corner goes to Pay. Pay drives the lane, lays it up. It's rejected by Porson. This is Kirsch on the break. Kirsch pulls up, lays it in. 5 seconds remain. Inbound pass to Halpern. Halpern at half court, dribbles between his legs. He gets the shot up. Was it in time? No, and it wasn't good anyway. Well, this time the four corners and the working for their last shot backfires on the Knights as John Pay went to the basket. Floated past 2 men, but the third one, Porson, swatted his shot away. Neil Kirsch, a low-scoring substitute for the Mariners, took the ball the length of the court, ignoring the pressure from Brian Protiva from behind, and laid it in to give the Mariners 28 points and create only a 1-point deficit at halftime. The score is the Knights 29 and the Mariners 28. Quickly becoming one of the most famous trademarks of Menlo School, doing their third performance in 9 days now, and they'll probably continue as long as the Knights themselves do. Trying once again to greatly offend the opponents and most of the fans, except of course Menlo's, who are used to this sort of behavior. The same routine they did against Fremont Christian, but a very popular one. Brian Protiva, Gary Bland, Gary Dodge, Mike Goody, Craig Breon, Harold Beebe, Andrew Thurstone, and Bernardo Issel, upholding Menlo's reputation for a complete lack of taste and no culture at all. We're only 2 minutes away from opening the second half. But before we do that, we'd like to welcome one of the Peninsula's premier PA announcers. Pete Ebner is here to read us some stats and add a little bit of his own commentary before the second half gets underway. Pete?
Thanks very much, Ian, and it is a pleasure to be here for this Division II championship basketball game. First, looking down the roster for Menlo, one of the forwards, Matt Halperin, had 2 baskets first quarter, 1 for 2 from the foul line for the second for a total of 5 points. The other forward, Brian Prativa, had a basket first period and 2 baskets second for a total of 6 points. At center, Eric Revenue was held scoreless in the first quarter, and he did pick up a basket in the second quarter for a total of 2 in the first half, which is really a surprise for tonight's game. I think most people will agree. In the backcourt, John Pay, his usual brilliant self tonight, with 4 baskets in the first quarter. He had a basket in the second for a total of 10 points. He was high for both teams in the first half. And rounding out the starting 5 for Menlo, Drew Ferrando had 2 baskets in the first period, 1 in the second, for a total of 6 points. Menlo finished the first half with 29 points, 18 points first period, and 11 in the second quarter. For Aptos, let's look at first the forwards. David Porrison had 3 baskets in the first half for 6 points. John Baker led the Mariners in the first half with 2 baskets first quarter. He had 2 baskets and a foul shot for 5 in the second, total of 9. He led the Aptos Mariners in the first half. At center, Mike McElroy had 4 in the first half on 2 baskets, had a basket and 2 for 2 from the foul line in the second quarter for 8. Brian Holt had 3 points on a basket, 1 for 2 from the foul line. And Neil Kirsch, in a substitution role, had a basket second quarter for 2. Total scoring, Aptos 28. They had 14 and 14 for the first and second quarters. And that's the stats, and it looks like we're just about ready for the second half tip-off. Back to you, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pete, and we're just about ready to get underway with the tip-off here. Ready to tip off, see John Pay. Moving on to the court, Eric Revenue and Drew Ferrando both entering again for Menlo. Menlo had 3 points shaved off their 4-point lead in the second quarter. And it's a 29-28 game, and the tip is going to be redone because the toss was a little askew. Eric Revenue, really the only player in foul trouble for either team. He's got 3. Mike McElroy, the center for Aptos, has 2, as does Brian Prativa. Prativa's knocked from behind, loses the ball, no foul called. Walters in the backcourt goes to Baker, and for the first time in the game, Aptos has a chance to go ahead. Baker from the perimeter, right side, high bounce off the rim, no good, and the rebound is loose off of McElroy. Menlo inbound. Thus far tonight, although many people felt Menlo would see much less of a challenge against Aptos than they did against Jefferson, Aptos has played with Menlo all the way, and it hasn't appeared to be due to any letdown on Menlo's part. They've been hitting their shots and running well. Aptos has just been hitting the shots with them. John Pay from the perimeter, right baseline, picks up where he left off in the first half. And exactly what he's been doing the last 2 games. He's got 12 on the night now. This is Brian Holt, leading scorer for Aptos. Rainbow over Eric Revenue, rebound for Porrison, and there's a foul called underneath. Foul called on Pay pushing off. Porrison will not go to the line. They ruled that he hadn't gone up before the foul, so that's the first team foul on Menlo, and Aptos will inbound. Holt looking for the basket. He's been looking for it a lot and hasn't been getting it much. He doesn't here. Pay comes down with the rebound. John had 2 rebounds in the first half. Drives all the way. Prativa in the corner. Too hard. Rebound for Holt. Holt's on a breakaway. Pay's chasing him. Holt pulls up. It's knocked away by Pay. Great defensive play by John Pay. Prativa picks up the loose ball. Pay spin dribble to evade Holt. Eric Revenue had 4 rebounds for Menlo in the first half. Both teams very high shooting percentages, so rebounds were kept to a minimum. Halperin had 3 and Ferrando 1 for Menlo. Reveno spins left of the key, puts one up off the glass, no good. Rebound for Porison, and Pay draws the foul. 2 quick fouls in the first 2 minutes of the half here for John Pay. Holt gets it on the inbound. He's got a 2-on-1. Protiva hustling back on defense. Holt pulls up, throws one up over Reveno. And Reveno doing a good job of preventing Holt from putting up a good shot or getting the ball underneath. Protiva hustled back. Protiva goes to the basket, has a shot rejected, and throws it up, and it's jammed in between the rim and the glass. Reveno tipped it in, but there won't be a bucket on that one. They'll go to the free throw line and jump it. Porison and Reveno. Pay or Protiva gets it. Misses the layup, but Reveno is there to throw it home. Eric Reveno picks up only his 5th rebound of the night and makes it count, converting it into a bucket. Porison has McElroy underneath, doesn't see him. This is Walters. Walters from 18. It's around and out. Porison gets the rebound, hesitates, throws it up, and good. Mike Porison picks up the points. He's got 8 on the night. Protiva in the corner. Menlo holds a 3-point lead. It's 33-30. Protiva with the shot too hard. Barely gets in the iron. Porison comes down with another rebound. Brian Holt puts up another shot under heavy pressure. Air ball. It's off Aptos. Brian Holt, Aptos' leading scorer, averaging almost 19 points a game for the regular season. Tonight, has been pressing a little bit, it appears, and forcing shots. Has only 3 points. Ferrando, left perimeter. They're looking for Reveno inside. Reveno posting up low, left side of the key. Halperin from the corner. Halperin's too hard off the rim. Now both squads are going a little bit cold. At the beginning in the first quarter, they were almost perfect, trading baskets every 20 seconds or so. Pay knocks it away. Get a shot of the space behind the baskets there. Certainly no problem with running into walls after layups tonight. This time it's Protiva knocking the ball away. Holt drives to the lane, puts up a 15-footer. This time he nails it. Holt cuts the lead to 1 again. It's one of the first times tonight Holt's been open enough to take a shot. He's either been forcing them or taking about 20-foot bombs. And Ferrando brings the ball across half court and calls the timeout. So there's 3:59 remaining in the third quarter. Both squads score 4 points in the first 4 minutes. And the score is the Knights 33 and the Mariners 32. So since the middle of the second quarter, this game has slowed down considerably as far as points are concerned. Menlo had 28 points with 3 minutes remaining in the first half, and since then have only scored 5 points. Ferrando nails it from the outside. 18-footer for Drew Ferrando from the left perimeter. Drew's got 8 on the night. Porison on the breakaway. Halperin's on the defense. Porison pulls up, double teamed, and throws it in anyway. David Porison now has 10 points and takes the scoring lead for the Mariners. John Pay, the overall leader, with 12. 35-34. Halperin's got the open shot. Left baseline. Now he dribbles along the baseline and has the shot swatted away by Porison. Pay picks it up. Porison, very effective rebounder and defensive player. Protiva from the corner. His shot is partially deflected. This is Holt bringing it down. Holt forces another one up. This one's short off the front rim. He gets his own rebound back, goes up underneath and lays it in. And Aptos has their first lead of the night. 2:55 remaining in the third quarter, and Aptos goes on top 36-35. Menlo had stretched out his 7-point lead at 1 point. And Halpern's lob pass is intercepted by Porson. Protiva gets it back and goes to the hoop, and he lays it in. Brian Protiva with the steal in the bucket again. Twice last night he did it, twice tonight now. Brian Protiva has made steals under the basket and gone directly to the hoop. A long pass is misses Holt, but Eric Revenue was looking at something else. And in the meantime, Holt picks it up again, and Porson has another hoop. 6 points in the third quarter. The scoring is picking up. It's 38-37 for Aptos. A close game the whole way, but Aptos now leads for the first time with under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. They got their first lead. Protiva fouled on the way to the basket. He'll go to the line. John Baker picks up his first personal foul. Also the first team foul of the half for Aptos. Protiva with 9 on the night. A press by Halpern and Pay, and Protiva makes another steal. And they're going to call another foul. Now Brian Protiva has 3. Oh, no, it's just out of bounds. Revenue has not picked up a foul in the half, so he still only has 3. Baker in the middle somehow throws one in. Revenue and Pay were all over him. Baker twisted the body and threw it in from the right shoulder, high off the glass. He's got 11 on the night. 40-39 for Aptos. Protiva's got the open shot. Doesn't take it. Looking for Revenue, finds Pay. Ferrando on top. Aptos' defense seems to have improved throughout the game. Cross-court pass goes to Protiva. Protiva on the left baseline. Bounce pass down low to Revenue. Revenue loses it. Picks it up, spins, throws in off the glass. 41-40, Eric Revenue hits from about 8. Brian Holt forces up another one. Bowls over Revenue. And the blocking foul is called on Revenue. Perhaps, no, it's John Pay. And John Pay picks up his third foul. 3 fouls called on John Pay in the third quarter here. 3 team fouls on Menlo. 41-40 the lead for Menlo. Points for Revenue were his 5th and 6th of the night. Menlo's scoring is now balancing itself out a little. John Pay was dominating in the first half, but now he has 12, Ferrando 8, Revenue 6, Protiva 9, Halpern 5. For Aptos, Baker has 11, Porson has 12. Walters to inbound. And Pay is called again. John Pay has 4 fouls. Picks up 2 without a second running off the clock now. And now with 9:05 left in this game, the cog in Menlo's machine has 4 fouls and can afford only 1 more in this CCS championship. Holt looks like he's going to force up another one. He does, and he cans it this time. Brian Holt. Although now he's hitting a few shots. He's got 6 points in the third quarter for 9 in the game. Tends to ignore his teammates when he has the ball. Protiva lays one high off the glass, no good. Tip for Revenue. Eric Revenue going to the boards now. 6 rebounds on the game for Revenue. Menlo presses. It's Protiva and Ferrando pressing. Pay no longer on the press. He can't afford to draw the foul. Revenue knocks the rebound away. Protiva picks it up, takes it down court all the way, throws it up, and they will call the foul on Walters. Walters was backing up, didn't remain planted. He would have drawn the charge had he stayed where he was. 23 seconds remain in the third quarter. It's 43-42. Protiva 3 for 3 from the line now. Menlo back on top by 2. And Protiva has 5 points for the quarter. That makes it 6, and he's got 12 on the game. He and John Payne now the high scorers, along with David Porson of Aptos. Revenue bats the long pass from Holt to McElroy out of bounds. 17 seconds remain in the third quarter. Menlo's lead is back up to 3, 45-42. Walters inside McElroy. Pay refuses to challenge. He can't draw that foul. The shot's short. Revenue goes to the boards again. 4 seconds remain in the half. Reveneu's got to throw one up from half court. He does, and it's a line drive, and it comes well short. Menlo lost track of the time a little on the backcourt there. We've got only 8 minutes to play in the CCS Division II Championship, and the Knights have come back from a 1-point deficit to go on top 45-42. They tip off the second quarter. Protiva controls it, puts one up off the glass. No good, right side. Baker comes down with the rebound. Protiva behind, makes the steal. Pay picks up the loose ball. Again, great hustle by Brian Protiva, changing the flow of the game, but Pay goes up in the air, doesn't have anyone to go to. Baker intercepts, and Protiva again almost makes the steal from behind, and now there's a foul call. Protiva doesn't like the call. I'm not sure it's on him. It's on Ferrando. Ferrando picks up his first. Fortunately for Menlo. Now they've called it on Protiva. And Protiva has 3, and that's the 5th personal. And Aptos is in a bonus situation. Now Menlo has 3 players in foul trouble, the same 3 they did last night. Protiva, Revenue, and Pay all in trouble. Pay has 4 fouls. Last night they lost Protiva with more than 4 minutes remaining. Were able to hold on. They can't afford to lose more than one of those players for sure, though. It'll be interesting to see if they lose one of them and have a lead, whether they'll go into a stall. Right now they do have a lead, but it's only 1 point, 45-44. It was 45-42 at the end of the third quarter. Protiva having trouble handling Pay's pass, but picks it up, scoop from the lane, and Revenue tips it in again. Eric Revenue going to the offensive boards for the 3rd time tonight to pick up a hoop. Holt driving all the way, tries a foolish turnaround, has it smothered by Revenue, and he fouls Revenue as Revenue comes down with it. They'll go to the other end. We're not in a bonus situation, as far as I know, so they have to inbound. 3rd team foul. Brian Holt, in my mind, has certainly established himself as a rather selfish player. On the other hand, perhaps going to the basket is what his role on this team is every time he gets the ball, although it's an unusual one. And Menlo has gone to the 4 corners, 6:45 remaining, and a 3-point lead. Aptos patiently watching Menlo toss the ball around, mainly. Pay stationing himself on the left baseline now. He moves to the middle. They need to wear down some time, mainly for John Pay this time, who has 4 fouls. And perhaps if they can run a 2 or 3 minutes off the clock, John will be able to play a little more aggressively in the final minutes of the game. Right now, they can't afford to lose him, though. Clock down to 5:50 now. Now John's challenge, bounces it out to Ferrando, and it goes back to Pay. Aptos is coming out to meet the ball a bit more aggressively now. 47-44 is the lead for Menlo. Aptos certainly not intent on breaking this slow down offense up too quickly. And now it's batted away by Baker out of the hands of Revenue. Menlo will retain possession. The clock has wound down to 5:18 remaining in this championship game. Menlo leads by 3 points. Bounce pass in is stolen by Holt. Holt can't grab it, but is grabbed by Walters, and Walters has a bit too much adrenaline flowing as he whips the ball over the baseline. And Menlo will bring it right back. See if they start the same thing over again. 5:12 on the clock. Ferrando with the slow dribble, Pay in the middle, and they go to the 4 corners. inside of 5 minutes now. I would guess that if they can get it down to 3 minutes, Menlo will go back to a more aggressive style, if not sooner. They've got 3 players with 3 fouls or more, though, and they're key players, and they can't afford it, right? Can't afford to lose any of them at this stage of the game. Ball's batted away by McElroy temporarily. Now Pay goes to Revenant. Revenant throws a hip, and the ball's kicked out of bounds by Holt underneath the bucket. And Revenant signals for a timeout. We've got 4:24 remaining in this CCS championship game. Menlo retains a 3-point lead. It's 47-44. Menlo inbounds back into the standard offense. Pay has a shot from the baseline. In. A 5-point lead. Biggest of the second half for Menlo. It's 49-44. John Pay picks up his first points in the fourth quarter. 14 in the game now. Holt left baseline. This time he doesn't go out with it. He passes to McElroy. McElroy's shot is no good. Revenant with the rebound. He's got 9. Pay brings down court, dribble all the way. Goes to Ferrando. Ferrando's got the open shot, in and out, no good. Tip by Protiva or Halper, no good. Revenant gets it back, and Baker is called for the foul. Revenant got poked in the eye. McElroy called for the foul, not Baker. It's 4 team fouls in Aptos now. Revenant to the line. Revenant swishes 2. Eric's been having trouble with his free throws, but not there. He hits 2-2 in a clutch situation. 3:45 remaining. Menlo's got the lead back up to 7. That equals their biggest of the game. It's whipped underneath to Porson, and Porson's just gets his short shot to crawl over. Porson, 14 points on the game for him. 51-46. See if Menlo goes to a corners again. 3:26 remaining. 51-46. Pay holds it on top, and they're spreading it out. It's a 5-point lead for Menlo. Certainly not safe yet. Pay drives all the way, puts it up too hard off the glass, gets his own rebound, goes up again. He's fouled, no call. John was lucky not to be called for the foul himself on the rebound. From the left perimeter, no good. That was Holt, but Porson throws in another one. David Porson cuts the lead to 3 again. He's got 16 on the night. It's 51-48. The clock says 2:40 remaining. Again, they go to the corners. Last time they only stayed in it for a matter of seconds. John Pay operating with 4 fouls. Was lucky not to be called for one just moments ago. See how long Aptos is willing to put up with 4 corners without coming out to meet it with more than 2 men. Although that can sometimes be disastrous. They come out to meet it with 2 men, and John Pay will drive through the lane and kill you with a quick pass to Halpern or Revenant underneath the basket. There are now 2 minutes left in regulation time. 51-48 the score for Menlo. Ferrando throws it across to Protiva. 1:45 left. Now they come out to meet it. Halpern or Revenant goes to Pay. Pay with the hook shot in the middle of the lane, and that's exactly what I just mentioned. One man came out to meet it, and that left Revenant open on the baseline. He whipped it to Pay, and Pay had the hook shot from the key. Offensive rebound, no good. Another one for Baker, and his shot is rejected by Revenant, and Revenant is called for his 4th foul of the night. And now it's Revenant and Pay with 1:24 remaining, both operating with 4 fouls. In the final moments of this game, Menlo has a 5-point lead. John Baker on the line, shooting 2, swishes the first one. Baker with 11 points. Make it 12 now. 53-49, 124 left. Baker hits 2. 53-50, and Aptos goes into a press. Menlo quickly breaks it. They've had practice. 3-on-2. Pay drives the lane, goes to the right, lays it in. John Pay driving past John Porrison. Just a little hesitation on the dribble at the free throw line, and he blasted past Porrison to his left. To Pay's right. Everyone wants to walk as Holt puts up another shot, no good. Revenue comes down with another rebound. He's got 11. 7 of those in this half. John Pay is hacked. No call. Ferrando's in the corner. He'll bring it back out. There's 53 seconds left. Menlo has a 5-point lead. Pay on top. Ferrando, they're going to the four corners. Menlo fans are sensing the kill. 42 seconds left. It's a 5-point lead. It's not over yet. Ferrando to Halpern. Halpern down low. Fakes the pass, and he's fouled. Halpern will go to the line. 35 seconds remain. Menlo leads 55-50. Matt Halpern could all but lock it up if he could hit 2 here. Matt Halpern going to the line for the second time tonight. He hit 1 of 2. He's got 5 points in the night. 1-on-1 situation, and Matt hits it. What a clutch free throw by Matt Halpern in pressure situation. He gives Menlo a 6-point lead, and this one will put them up by more than 3 buckets. An important one here for Halpern. Halpern hits 2 of 2. That may lock it up, but it's too soon to tell. Menlo has a bonus situation now. Aptos is going to have to foul and send them to the line. There's 30 seconds left. It's 57-50. Inside is McElroy. Revenue refuses to touch him. He's not going to foul out. McElroy hits the bucket. The press is on. It's broken, and Walters intercepts but knocks it out of bounds. A good break for Menlo. There's 19 seconds left. 19 seconds left. Menlo holds a 5-point lead. That's all that stands in between them and a CCS Division II championship. And on the inbounds pass, Walters is called for the foul. Revenue will be going to the other end. He's been practicing his free throws all week. And if it pays off, Menlo will almost certainly lock up the CCS championship right here if Revenue can hit these 2 shots. 1-on-1 situation, and Revenue's in. Curling around and in. Eric Revenue has 12, 13 points on the night now. Again, he had a slow first quarter. No points in the first quarter. He hits 2 of 2. It's 59-52. 18 seconds remain. And it appears to be locked up. Holt puts one up from 18. It's good. 59-54, a 5-point lead. And there's a timeout called by Aptos. 8 seconds remain, and Aptos is going to be hard-pressed to close a 5-point deficit. Menlo has possession, and they lead 59-54. Menlo to inbound. It goes to Pay, and Pay's immediately fouled from behind by Brian Holt. No time runs off the clock. And John Pay will move to the other end to put the icing on the cake. For John Pay, another superlative night. He's got 16 points, looking to make it more. John at the line for the first time tonight. A 1-on-1 situation. It's short, but Revenue gets the rebound. 6 seconds remain, and there's... Oh, he's called for the double dribble. Revenue picks up his 12th rebound of the night. 5 seconds remain. It goes into Kirsch. 4 of the Menlo fans counted off the clock. Kirsch throws up a bomb. Revenue punches it away, and time has run out. Menlo Knights of the CCS Division II Championship. And the final score here at Independence High, the Knights 59 and the Aptos Mariners 54.
This time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to award the individual medals to the championship ball players. Chris Calamo, Eric Revenue, Mike Texido, Brian Cotiva, Bob Fitzpatrick, Chris Grant, Kevin Howard, Matt Halpern, Jervis Williams,
matched up what?
Man to man, we would have played